Welcome guys, to the SR-71 Blackbird mod, made by Skyline GTR Freak on the GTA 5 mod site. This mod is amazing, it's really fun, and this is something I've been really looking forward to for months now, as I guess been in development for a little while, but it's just been a mod that nobody's ever made, and that a lot of kind of plane enthusiasts have been really looking forward to. So I'm very hyped to be able to bring this to you guys today. There'll be a link to the 2 downloads which I'll be talking about in the description. So before we get started, leave a like on the video if you guys do end up enjoying it. Now let's get onto it. So like I said, this is the SR-71 Blackbird, also known as the fastest plane in the world. And it's not even in production anymore, and it hasn't been in production for quite a while, since the Cold War. But that's more the real life stuff of this. This is more based on, we're going to talk more about the game itself, made by Skyline GTR Freak, who I've featured many times on the channel. I believe my last video was actually featuring a mod of his. His work is just amazing. Chances are, if there's a good plane mod on the mod site, it's made by Skyline GTR Freak pretty much every single time. Now, this Blackbird mod also comes with a clothing mod to actually let you wear kind of a similar version to what the actual pilots would have been wearing. It looks a whole lot like a spacesuit, and it's actually equipped onto the astronaut suit in game, which took me a little while to find, but it is in fact on there. It actually looks very much like a spacesuit, because in real life, this plane can go around the 85,000 feet mark, is said to be its maximum altitude, but there are also reports that it can go higher, bordering about 100,000 feet, which is just insane. That's about 3 times more than a standard kind of passenger plane. But this thing in-game is so fun now. It actually comes with a handling file and a vehicles file, which lets it actually work better, and actually also not only makes it go very fast, handles very particularly, and really just feels like no other plane in the game. But it also lets you use the second seat in the plane, so not only is there the nice pilot seat with all of the dials inside, not all of which work, but you can actually get into the other seats where the co-pilot would be. We have all your radar and communication stuff there. Now, you can't fly from there, but at least it just looks ridiculously cool. So maybe if you were trying to use this for maybe a machinima or something, and I just showed off in the start of the video, it would still look very nice. Now, in first person, I did actually find that this mod was a little bit weird with the astronaut suit, because the way that the mod's set up, you do kind of clip into the helmet a bit, so it's just a bit strange how that works. But apart from that, the inside still looks really sick. It looks very realistic. I mean, I've read lots about this plane, because it's something I'm very interested in, is aviation, which is why I feature so many mods featuring planes on the channel. But I was kind of looking through the interior of this plane. It is extremely similar to the real life version. Of course, a bit less detail, but nonetheless still very good. Now, the entire body of this plane is very accurate to the original one. Every bit of it moves, like the wingtips do move, the rudder moves, everything looks really great on here. The flaps work perfectly. We've seen a few issues like that in past plane mods, where like some of the things, often the rudder or the flaps don't really work too well. They'll sometimes get stuck if you don't spawn them in maybe the right way. But even the engines fully work here. You get kind of the purple flame shooting out the back of this, which is actually taken from the laser fighter jet in game. But it just looks like it just belongs in the game. It works so perfectly. The only one issue that I noticed with this was actually trying to get in and out, because there's like the way that this opens is over the top, but you actually kind of climb up through the bottom of the plane because you can't bring a ladder to it as you would in real life. But that's a very small complaint, and there's not really much can be done about that. It just looks amazing. So I decided to take this plane up way above the clouds, pretty much to the very top of the skybox in the game, to see just how high it would go. I mean, I knew that it wouldn't go any higher than any other plane in the game, but just more to see how it looked when it was such a high altitude, because of course in real life this thing was never flown under the clouds, because the air is far too thick, so you have to fly this very high, and oh my god, it's just so fun. And of course this plane isn't anywhere near, like not even in the remotely close ballpark in the game. It's nowhere near as quick as it is in real life, of course, because this thing was going very far over supersonic, but it still feels like it's very fast. No, not just because it feels like that, it actually is very fast, because like I said, there's an included handling file with a mod which you can use, or you can go and just import the code yourself, to where it'll actually make it fly quite a bit faster than any other standard plane. But landing and taking off in this thing just looks so fun, because it's just such a fun way of doing it. You're not used to the planes going fast at all in this game. In relation to real life, these things are very slow, and you're able to stop on about a 50-meter kind of landing strip. Whereas this thing takes up a bit more space to land and take off. It's just so cool. I really enjoy playing with this, because it felt like a much more realistic kind of plane, and it's just such an iconic plane, which is, for any aviation enthusiasts, this mod is just something that's just exceptional. Now, in the information for this mod on the GTA 5 mod site, it also actually includes a script which actually lets the afterburners work on here, which means that when you get up into the air and you start kind of getting a bit of speed, you have that sudden boost which really pushes you forward, which no other plane in the game has. This is an actual script that he's written just for this plane. He also specifies why the rear tyres are all silver, because they're actually supposed to depict the real-life heat-resistant tyres, which this thing would obviously need, landing it at such ridiculous speeds. So that is basically everything I have to say about this mod. It is ridiculously fun. It's not that it does anything crazy special, it doesn't drop bombs or anything, but just kind of the history about this plane, and now being able to fly it for real in the game, and actually having all the working dials on the inside, being able to wear this somewhat realistic spacesuit that kind of goes with it. It just looks so fun. It was such a fun one to play with, and I just sat around here for about half an hour just playing on and off with this, trying it in different things, even once I'd already got the footage, just because it was such a fun one to play with. So I really do recommend you guys go check out this mod. Definitely support Skyline, there'll be a link in the description down below. He always produces such amazing work, and I've featured him many times on the channel. So that is pretty much all I have for you guys today. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it, as it really would help me out as always. Comment down below, what do you think of this mod? Are you maybe a bit more interested in aviation than most? Tell me, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this, and what do you think of the plane mods on the channel, because I know that I feature quite a few, and I'm trying not to kind of overload you guys with it, but it's something that I really enjoy making. So definitely leave a comment down below. Follow me on Twitter, there will link in the description down below where you're down there. Like I said, you can go and download the mod. That is pretty much it. Thank you guys all very much for watching. My name has been Flair, signing out.